Welcome to Tales from the Gold Room. In the house that I grew up in, we had a spare bedroom. This room, I believe, was haunted. We called it the Gold Room because everything inside of this room was gold. It had a gold bedspread, golden curtains, and even a golden carpet on the floor. So therefore we came up with the name the Gold Room, and this is the name that we called it, and it stuck. And this is where I feel that most of the negative activity that happened in the home originated from this room. It became one of those rooms, just like an extra storage space. Everything ended up in that room. There was old costumes, junk, old comic books, everything you could possibly think of ended up in this room. And this room was always cold. There was like cold air blowing in the room, even though the windows were closed. Now this room has inspired me to tell the stories of what I experienced growing up in this house. And I feel that this is coming from the Gold Room, and I will explain why in each of my stories. This room was at the far end of the hallway. And in this house we had a very long hallway. There was a door close to the Gold Room that had led back out to the living room. And inside of the hall, there on each end of the hallway, there was a light switch. And they each activated the single ceiling light. And they didn't always work. And either someone or something always left the Gold Room door open, even if just for a crack. I noticed that if I went to bed and the Gold Room door was open, I would have really bad dreams. So I tried to make sure the door was closed before I went to bed. And that was hard because I would always go to bed really late. That meant that I would have to open up the door to the hallway, reach in, flip the switch, hope that the light in the hallway would go on, which most of the time it did not. Sometimes you had to flick it up and down a few times before you could trigger it. And then I had to reach in, and usually the Gold Room was dark. Usually there was no lights on. So that meant I had to reach in the dark, reach for the doorknob, and pull the door closed. And then take the hallway door and close that before I can go to bed. And that was something that it actually became a habit every single night. Before I went to bed, I had to make sure that the door to the Gold Room was closed before I could head to bed. We did have a few family members that did spend the night in that room, but for whatever reason, they never wanted to stay the night again, and they often left early before morning. So if you would like to join me each week, I hope to upload a new chapter to Tales from the Gold Room as I explain different scenarios of what I experienced in that house growing up. So join me as I talk about a party in the middle of the night that I wasn't invited to, crosses flying off the wall, door opening on its own, items mysteriously vanishing, the attic, the creepy face in the corner of my room, playing with an Ouija board, and many others. So won't you please join me as I take a walk down memory lane? I promise it won't be too scary. Until next time, bye-bye.